All right, so we've kind of mentioned this topic already, but if a report page has a number of slicers, you could add an apply all slicer button to your report page that basically tracks all of the slicers and can either apply or clear all of those slicers with a single click. The biggest reason for this is the reduction in the total number of visual queries that are being made. You're transforming multiple visual queries that are coming from each of the slicers and combining them into a single query. So again, it's really all about performance optimization. All right, so when you click on the Apply All Slicers button, a new blank unformatted button is added to the report page, just like what you're seeing on the slide here. And again, the main reason why you're adding this button is to be able to apply all of the slicers within a single click or clear all of the slicers in a single click. And keep in mind that this button will impact all of the slicers within a report page, and you can't really pick or choose which slicers are impacted. It's really just an all or nothing approach. Now, some of the other important pieces to consider here are that you can actually have multiple apply all or clear all slicer buttons within a page. And this comes in really handy when you want to add them in different locations or add to a filter pane that's collapsible, like we built in this project. And these buttons can be formatted just like any of the other buttons in Power BI. So feel free to get as creative as you want and match this apply or clear all slicers button to your report theme and layout. So just to mention this, we're not really going to work through adding one of these slicers into our Power BI report. Honestly, it's really straightforward. You've already created a bunch of different buttons throughout this course, and this really isn't much different. So again, this is just a fun exercise that you can work through on your own. But what I would like to do is kind of talk through a scenario here and pretend that we have a report that has 10 core visuals on it, and we've added 4 slicers that are built into a slicer pane. So we've got 14 items in total, 10 are visuals, and 4 are slicers. Now, every time you select a value within a slicer, those 10 non-slicer visuals will change based on the selection that's made. So let's say that you select 2 options from the first 2 slicers, 3 from the third slicer, and 1 option from the fourth slicer. In total, you've made 8 selections, which then need to propagate to the visuals. But keep in mind that it's just not 8 selections. It's 8 selections from slicers times 10 visuals. So we've got 80 visual queries that need to be updated. And it's highly likely that many of those are unnecessary or they're competing. So if you had used an Apply All Slicers button, you could actually bring that total from 80 down to just 8 visual queries. Again, that's going to significantly improve your report performance. Again, there's always outliers and extenuating circumstances, but I just wanted to kind of use this example to demonstrate why this feature is super important when you've added multiple slicers within a page. All right, up next, we're going to dig into the performance analyzer a little bit.